Welcome back to the Emperor Atheist channel with your host, the Emperor Atheist. First and foremost, man, I want to give a shout out to Chuck Morgan, close friend of mine, and I want y'all to go to this website, and I put in the link before when I was talking about Dr. Malichi Z, the child molester, and his religion that he created called Nawapianism and Nawapu, Nawabians. They go by Nawabians too. But Chuck Morgan got a link. He has a website, not a link. I'm going to leave the link in the video. He has a website called Nawabianism.com. And there's other brothers who band together recently to actually fight against this poisonous teachings that's basically plaguing the black community, been plaguing the black community for a long time, particularly started strongly in the 80s. Back in Brooklyn, New York, under a lot of different particular names, but probably most known in Brooklyn as Nubian Islamic Hebrews. But this was a big case some years ago when Malichi caught this case because he had a lot of followers. And he's a poison dude, man. He's a real poison dude. And, he claimed to be from another planet called Risk and all this bullshit. And he made up a lot of things concerning, claimed that he had, broken down a lot of so-called Sumerian tablets and Ebla tablets and ancient cuneiform. And he claimed to have known all this stuff, but he really was plagiarizing a lot of shit from people like Zachariah Sitch and a lot of other people. He plagiarized from people like Eric von Daniken, who wrote The Chariots of the Gods, and people who had all these silly, a lot of conspiracy theories type writings. But he was probably the worst of them all, though, because he was molesting kids, having sex with a lot of the members' wives, and giving the members herpes and all type of shit, and was teaching a lot of this bullshit and passing off as what he dubbed as right knowledge, meaning that this was the truth, facts, and it's just another form of, it was just another religion. He talked about, he had books on 360 questions series, 360 questions to ask the Christian, 360 questions to ask the Muslim, 360 questions to ask the Masons, or 360 questions to ask the Hebrews. So he was going at all of these other religions, saying that he was the one to come to straighten up everything. But in reality, he was probably the worst of them all. And you still have one of his sons up around Harlem. They still kicking this bullshit in the Nawapianism, and they still kicking this holy tablet bullshit. And the thing about it, and what I don't like about it, is because they still want to defend this pedophile, Malichi Z. He's a pedophile. He was a false teacher. He taught pseudoscience. Holy tablet was straight bullshit pseudo. I read it years ago, several times. I thought it was very interesting. A lot of his scrolls or booklets I thought was very, very interesting. He had all the pictures of characters that he had painted black and stuff like this, and even Yakub, things like that. He said a lot of all type of bullshit that I don't even want to get into. That's why I'm going to refer you to Chuck Morgan's website called Nawapianism.com, and y'all can go to that particular website and see basically all the pseudo teachings, because Chuck is kind of put in a lot of work and a lot of time to actually unravel all of the bullshit that Malichi taught, and that some of these so-called brainwashed followers are still teaching. But my main thing, as far as the teaching, we know the teaching bullshit, and that can easily be bust up. Man, like I said, Chuck Morgan's put in a lot of work to bust that up. But my main thing is the shit he did, man, and the way that the brothers who are still claiming to be Nawapians, the way they get mad, even when I made a few videos, not that I give a shit about none of y'all, because I don't give a shit about none of you brainwashed dudes mad because I'm talking about this child molester, because he is what he is. But that really what irritates me the most is these grown-ass men still trying to defend this child molester. And the evidence was right in everybody's face. The man pleaded guilty to 138 years. I mean, who does that? I mean, and these grown people are still trying to make excuses. Oh, he was forced to do that, or he wasn't in his right mind. Oh, yeah, of course, he wasn't in his right mind. He's molesting these children. But there's one particular person, Issa Johnson, and I spoke with this brother some years ago, through Facebook. He was the oldest son of one of Malichi's wives, Kathy Johnson. And he wrote a very strong poem. He had a lot to say anyway. But he wrote a poem called, I think it was called Unapologetic. And it was something else added to it, but the name of the poem is Unapologetic. And you can find this particular poem. You can find it, matter of fact, you can find this poem on Chuck Morgan's website, thewapianism.com. And man, it's a powerful poem. And it's a lot of other people who was actually in this cult, because that's what it was in this particular black cult, along with Issa. And I think Malachi started molesting Issa at a very young age, like 5, 6, 7 years old. And, it's just, that's the part that gets me, man. These people using religion. And like I said, Eddie Long just died, was here in Atlanta. And how these dudes use this God shit and use this power that they have to be looked up to. They use this to do diabolical things, like molest kids and ruin people's lives forever. And the people who are still actually following this cult, called the Wabianism, the Wapu, whatever the hell you want to call this bullshit, it seems like they don't give a damn about what the victims had to say. They only come with crazy ass shit. Oh, they recanted. These people recanted. And the funny thing about it, a lot of the people, was not that many, a few that did recant actually recanted again. You know what I mean? So it's like, Malachi has no leg to stand on. He's never going to get out. You still got some of the Wapians claiming he's going to get out one day, and he's not. He's never going to get out. He's going to die in prison. And he probably deserves to, because he never came clean and said, hey, man, I apologize for doing what I did to these people's lives. He still got these clown-ass followers out here, still thinking Obama was going to just get him out. And y'all know Donald Trump don't give a fuck about him. Ain't going to do nothing for him. So he's going to die in prison. Nobody's going to let him out. Parole board's not going to let him out. He's done. He pled guilty. He has nothing else to exhaust as far as any remedies, as far as court procedures go. So all you guys and women around here in the Wapians talking about Malachi's going to get out, or you seen him somewhere, just stop the bullshit. That's making yourself look real bad by even saying that. But I just want to bring light to this guy. For those who listen to this video don't even know who I'm talking about, just look him up. He went by the name of Doctor. He wasn't a doctor, but that's the title he went by. He didn't have a doctorate of shit, probably a doctorate of child molestation. It's probably the only doctorate he ever had. But Dr. Malichi Z York, and he created a religion called Nawapianism. And you can follow this whole thing once you get information on him. But like I said, if you go to nawapianism.com, I'm going to put the link in my video. Those who are not familiar with them, maybe you've heard a little something about them. So just in case you run into these clowns, you'll see them, they be rocking the little ankh. They have the little fezzes and shit on those bullshit hats with the little dress. They have a little ankh, gold ankhs and shit like that. And so you'll kind of just see them kind of repping basically Kemet, but you won't really know the difference until they start talking this crazy shit, And, it's all type of bullshit, Malachi said, and I won't even get into it in this video. I will have to make another video on that, and that probably would be like 5 hours long. But, he said that these Riskians, these beings on another planet, actually carried human DNA in dolphins to the planet Earth. This is how we got here, because our DNA was carried from planet Risk from dolphins. Yeah, of course, they have no evidence to back no shit up like that. But this is what these people believe, and they claim to have right knowledge. That's just one of the things that they teach out of a million pseudo lies that he told that his religious followers believe. At the same time, while teaching them pseudo teachings, molesting children, and spreading herpes around his plantation that he was at in Edison, Georgia. And before that, even when he was up in New York, they was doing all crazy shit up there too. We got brothers that was up there who left this cult before they even came to Edison, Georgia. So, the story's been out here for years, but I guess people weren't really listening until it really hit the fan in early 2000, I think 2003 when it first hit the fan, 2002, something like that. But I just want to make this video, man, just to make y'all aware of that. For those who are not familiar with it, just go check it out, look it up. It just goes to show you that religion in any form, it don't matter who's teaching it, black, white, green, purple, it's all bullshit. Especially those when they get to a certain length, to a certain power, and they have a pedophilia. That's the most dangerous ones. And I mean, we always see it. It's like an open thing in the Catholic Church, but it's never talked about within black religious circles. Seems like it's something they shun away with. But we got to expose these devils, these black devils. That's what we got to do. We got to expose them, and we got to keep talking about it and stay on it. So, like I said, I'm going to leave a link, Chuck Morgan, thewapianism.com, so all y'all can check it out. It's a nice website. Goes in depth on all the contradictions and the lies that this Malichi fraud, we call him Dr. Pork, that he told. So go on that link. I'm going to leave a link in the bottom of the video so everybody can go to that website and see all of the stuff that this dude lied about in the Holy Tablets and the things he twisted up, all the type of pseudoscience he taught and pseudo bullshit. That's basically it. Like I say, for those who are not familiar, just go and hit on the link and you'll get familiar. Big bio on this guy, you know what I mean? Because you still got a lot of followers out here that believe in the bullshit that he taught. So, you know, it ain't just about Christianity or Islam or Judaism or Black Hebrewism. But, you know, this Nawapian shit is it's probably worse than all of them put together, honestly. So, like I say, man, shout out to Chuck Morgan and a lot of other brothers who going against this bullshit. You know, shout out to these brothers, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. I'm MP Atheist. Y'all peace out.